Yo, you got a mic?
Fuck you, bro. You get mad? Then you fucking leave, cause you're a fucking piece of shit. Watch Toxis. Yep. I'm just gonna do it up and down. Fuck everybody. Right now. I'm on the move. Okay. I had a guy created, right?
Here's Ryan Mountcastle. On the ground, and that chance handled to first, but it pulls him off the bag. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. Out towards right center field. Isbell makes the grab, and that's the... That one fouled off. Up the middle. Into the outfield. Base hit.
Well, that was an important at bat.
And that one is lifted in the air. And that should be extra bases. Lead runner holds at third, so 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out. The line to kick the pitch. Hit hard. That gets through. Massey with a relay throw, and he's out, trying for 2. So 2 down, and into the box for Baltimore, Ryan Mountcastle. And first offering is fouled off. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. That's hard hit on the line. Isbell tracks it down for the... At the plate, Ryan Mountcastle. Swings and misses. And it's 0-1.
Good pitch right there. Anytime you can get one by a bat of this caliber, especially with runners on, it's got to give you some confidence out there on the mound that you can win this battle.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Hayes over at second. Rutschman at first. 1 gone. To short, could be 2. Witt over to second, and that's quick work out of the pen. So 2 down. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. Swing and a line drive slicing into right field. Dives, but it falls. And now it looks like extra bases. Now around second, going for third. And he's got himself a triple.
Well, clearly he was ready.
Out to short. Fires over to first. Yeah, they get the out. Swung on, belted. Melendez going back some more, and that one is off the wall. He pulls into second. A run comes in on the play.
I hate people. I'm not a people person.
Brett Sullivan will hit next. And that one fouled off.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
Strike two.
Sometimes being lucky is a swing and miss. If he makes contact with that pitch, probably hits into a double play.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Cronenworth on second. Kim over at first with one away. Ground ball could be two. The throw to second, not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. Hard hit left side. Tosses to first. Fine play in the. Bounce to the right side. Flips it. That's one. Over to first, but it's offline. And they tag him out. Popped up to the left. Into foul ground. Senzel settles under this one. The pitch. Up the middle. Nice stop. Flips it from the ground. That's one. Double play. That was some defensive wizardry. Stepping in for San Diego, Brett Sullivan. On the ground, could be two. To second for one. A one-pitch double play out of.
If you don't get ahead.
So up next, Brett Sullivan. And a swing and a miss there.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Swing and a ground ball off the middle. That's a base hit. Here comes Cronenworth around third. One runs in. Throw comes in and holds the runner at third. They're at the corners now. Sessa back to work. And a foul ball. The 0-1. Way out front for strike two.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
On the ground. To first. One up, one down. Left field. Fraley hauls it in, two away. Foul ball. Two outs. Hammered down the line. Could be extra bases. One run is in. Odor coming home. Cut off. Now a throw home. Tag. Not in time. He scores. And they take a 3-run lead. One down. Brett Sullivan, the next to hit. On the ground, 2-ball. Slings to second, and that's quick work out of the pen.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
Ripped on a line. And an automatic double as it hops the fence. And he hits a ground ball right side. Gets it to first. And the inning is... That one the other way. In plenty of time to first. 2 down. Brett Sullivan, the next up for the Padres. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it.
He was all...
Sessa back to work. Not close with that one, but he gets him to go after it.
Well, it looks like he just got out of himself a little bit right there. He's looking for a ball in, and to attack that pitch looked like a half-hearted swing.
And that's a base hit. So now back to the top of the order.
Everything came together.
And that one fouled off. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Fraley getting an angle on it. 2 away. And a pitch. Fought off foul.
You know, these Padres doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. Only 2 strikeouts so far, and obviously they've been able to pick up plenty of hits, so it's been an impressive one.
Swing and a miss, and he got it. 1 down. Brett Sullivan now at the plate. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Heading for the plate. The throw to third. And he's in safely at third. As they jump ahead, a run scores.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against it.
Here comes a pitch. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Padres need to bring up the quality of their bats and specifically their swings. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
And the 0-2. Line drive, and out number 1 on the ground. Liner, base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter, right?
And here's the catcher, Brett Sullivan. Line to right, base hit. Here comes Cronenworth around third. 1 run's in. He's in at second with a 1-out double.
Comes through with the RB.
Slow roller up the middle. Barrero. Throw not in time, and he's safe. They get the tag on him, and that's the 2nd out.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
And a pitch. Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle.
Getting your first hit out of the way, your first at bat.
A Double-A hitting coach touches base with a new arrival to the team.
In the professional rank,
A player new to his Double-A squad.
for we hear all the time from people around the game that Double-A is where you start to see the breaking balls that are really set apart from what you've seen before. That can be a big challenge for a young hitter.
Absolutely, and I think, you know, when you
Elite players become so by continuing.
He is.
Elite players become so by continuing.
There's been a movement in recent years to just let the kids.
Elite players become so by continuing.
Baseball's the best game.
Elite players become so by continuing. An agent needs to check in from time to time. A savvy agent will engender, but the measure of a good agent is how well he can turn these possibilities into actualities. Elite players become so by...
As hitters make their way through the minors up the professional ladder, being able to recognize pitches becomes more and more important to your success as a hitter. And who's better qualified to talk about that than Sean Casey, career .302 hitter at the major league level, MLB Network analyst. Case, thank you so much for joining us on this. How do hitters work on pitch recognition at the minor and major league levels? How do you develop that skill?
Well, I think it is a skill, and I think that's the big part of it, Ben, is that you really have to learn to see the baseball. You really have to learn to slow things down. I know for me, as I moved up, guys got tougher with the ball moving in the zone late. Cutters, changeups faded more. Two-seamers ran more. So for me, it was really about seeing the ball early in the release point and then also seeing it late. Those last 5 feet are crucial for a hitter and to be able to recognize the pitch. So see it early, see it late, and be ready to hammer it.
Were there any pitchers or pitches that you had a very particularly difficult time handling?
Yeah, you know what? The tough pitches I had were sometimes I was a lefty hitter, so lefty on lefty. When I had that good lefty that could crisscross the plate, he would throw me a two-seamer in, right, and kind of lock me up, and it would open up the outer half of the plate, so then he would throw me that slider. So any lefty that had a good sinker and a good slider, they gave me fits personally. You're out!
A coach approaches a player with a thought about his progress.
For so many players from Latin American countries in particular who sign as international free agents or even through the draft, one of the phrases that you hear around
This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them. A Double-A manager is called one of the word is good. Within 48 hours, this...
Before the break, we were talking about how exciting it is for these young players getting called up to AAA. Carlos, when you got called up to AAA in 2001, what was going through your mind?
Well, you know what? It was a big jump because now you're getting players that are veterans coming down from the big leagues to AAA. So the level of play was a little bit more advanced. So this is...
when players start producing, especially early in...
Elite players become so by continuing...
hitting the ball to the opposite field.
Sometimes dreams do come true. This player is about to get the chance that millions only dream of.
He's made it to the show. He's just hit his first career.
One down. Jason Hill stepping in now for the Yankees. Homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
0-1 now. Swings through that.
0-2 is the count. Hey, let it fly up there, Hawk.
Here's the 0-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
3.
And now big number 99, Aaron Judge, scoreless here, but now he's got to deal with a guy who's got some power. Got to be careful when you're talking about a hitter with this type. First offering, runner goes. And Judge spoils that one. Runner at first with 2 away. Jason Hill stepping in now for the Yankees. He's 0 for 1. And he dodges that fastball. Hill, only 18 years old. He joined the team as a free agent.
Come on, baby. See it, drive it. Let's go.
Swings and misses. And now it's even. And your final 6-2 for Chris Singleton.
It's one of the most.
A coach draws a player's attention to an area of possible development.
What makes baseball different than every other sport, other than
he must be fired up. It's his first appearance in arguably the greatest rivalry in all of sports, right? Red Sox, Yankees, JP Morosi. This is a rivalry that spans generations. I'm so curious what you think makes it so interesting year after year.
It's the history going back more than a century. And of course, we saw this rivalry change. We thought for good when the Red Sox finally won the World Series in 2004, and it did change. And yet we have now seen a couple postseason collisions in recent years that have revived what this rivalry means. I had never experienced something quite as intense as this rivalry was in 03 and 04, and now it's back. And I cannot wait to see this generational talent on this stage with this rich rivalry.
You're out.
One thing I like about this is that they got the radio guy.
Baseball players.
It's getting late into the season.
A skipper appeals to his players to demonstrate some resilience in how they finish.
Well, We know a variety of things can contribute to a player's success at any level of.
And with that, the regular season is over, and it looks like we're going to see some new faces making their postseason debut. Carlos, what can you tell about the...
Joe, I remember back when you first burst on the scene, you dealt with the pressure, the burden of expectation, right, of being the first overall pick. Did you feel that more in your first big league game or your first postseason game?
Well, they're very similar feelings. You know, your first big league game and then your first postseason game. When you get to the postseason, even if you're a 5-6 year veteran, it feels like a new season. It feels like almost a different game. And those are the feelings as a competitor, as a
check-in call from a representative. New to the majors, this player's offered schooling on the structure of his contract. The agent moves on from that topic.
The phrase "well played, Maurer" from the advertising campaigns for MLB The Show has gone down in history with the fans of the game as one of the most beloved phrases associated with it. How often do you have people walking up to you and saying that or some variation of it?
all the time, which is fabulous. There's a lot of fans of the game, including myself out there, and to be a part of that that catchphrase is awesome. They would, as my career continued after the game and the commercial aired, they would actually play that catchphrase over the loudspeaker when I would make a nice play. So I've enjoyed it over the years, and yeah, it's a lot of fun to run into fans of the game and to hear that over and over.
You're out.
A manager gooses his team about a lackluster area of performance. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. A player with a hot bat gets a call from his representative. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. A coach draws a player's attention to a recent trend in his numbers. A manager checks in with his ball club.
He's been selected for his first home run derby.
Welcome to the Home Run Derby. Let's get right to it. It's time for the Home Run Derby. Ladies and gentlemen, your Home Run Derby champion, Jason Hill.
That was unexpected.
All-star rosters have just been announced. A lot of them were expected, but there were also a couple of surprises. Ken, what's that experience like when you...
So, they picked Shohei. They correctly predicted that Shohei Ohtani would go to the Dodgers for that much money. They predicted that. I didn't do it. They did it.
So digging in, Jason Hill. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Singing Shohei Ohtani has been as advertised. Rookie of the Year in 18, MVP in 21. He has impacted the game.
You're
15-7 at the end of this one for Chris Singleton and our entire crew. I'm John Shambi.
So they didn't predict. I just wanted to see what it was like. They haven't played. What am I doing?
A coach draws a player's attention to an area.
It's mid-July, and the second half of the season is in full swing, and he's in the hunt for the Cy Young Award, an honor given to the best pitcher in each league. Ron Darling joins us now, and Ron, while still somewhat early, this looks like it's his award to lose.
You know, there are a lot of seasons where I was on the top of that list, you know, the top 5 guys that have a chance maybe to bring it home. But the one thing I've noticed, not only is
A manager checks in with his ball club.
Who's the one who said he's going to be a superstar? Let's not get carried away. I didn't quite say that, but boy, oh boy, oh boy, he is on his way to an MVP kind of season. Now, I got to see a little more, granted, but you have to be very, very optimistic. We may have hit a home run here. This might be the real deal.
Elite players become so by continuing.
He just hit home run number 47 on the season, and that is a big number for our next guest.
Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. Elite players become so by continuing to look for ways to refine and improve their skill sets. A skipper appeals to his players to demonstrate some resilience in how they finish a rough season. With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand. With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand.
Correctly predicted that Corbin Carroll would win the Rookie of the Year.
Entering the last series of the season, this team's situation is precarious, but not without hope.
And who better to talk about being the MVP than the former AL MVP, Ken Griffey Jr. First off, Ken, how do you feel about this year's MVP pick? What kind of player does it take to win this award?
Well, you know, being named, even if you don't win it, being named in the MVP race is an accomplishment in itself, meaning you had a very good year.